What's up everybody, this is Grant Evans with Coldwell Banker, your favorite Utah realtor. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 small towns in Utah. I thought I'd not be in a shirt and tie today or even a button-up shirt just to show you guys, hey, I'm kind of a normal person. I live on Rockstar. If you think Rockstar is of the devil, then that's your own problem. Because I love Rockstar and it keeps me going. This is not an ad, but it probably should be. You may have noticed that I have showcased some cities in Utah County, and I've been asking people on their social media, city pages and said, hey, what's your favorite things about living here? And it's kind of been 50-50. It's been interesting because people who are new that are moved to that city really enjoy it, but the people that have been there for about 15 plus years say they don't like it anymore because of the growth. There's a lot of new homes, a lot of new developments, and so it got me thinking, if you're in a place where you don't like it, you can always leave. What? It just depends on if you're willing to make that commute. But if you're happy with a different place, then by all means, go ahead and do it. So if you live in Utah and you're tired of the growth, or if you're coming from out of state and want to live in a small town, these are the top 5 places that I consider. Granted, if you look into a small city in Utah, you'll probably find it the way that you enjoy it. These places I would consider a couple of things. Number 1 being housing affordability. Number 2 is accessibility to grocery stores. Number 3 is crime. And number 4 is closest to jobs. So starting with number 5 is Mount Pleasant, Utah. Mount Pleasant is in Santaquin County, which is south of Utah County. It also features the national basketball powerhouse, which is Wasatch Academy. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I love Wasatch Academy because I'm a little biased. My older brother is the head basketball coach there. In a couple weeks, they will be going to New York for the national high school basketball championship. The median price for a home in Mount Pleasant is about $199. However, in the last 5 years, the median price has gone up a lot, up and down a lot. And I think it's because of the quality of homes that are there and the less inventory that's there as well. Mount Pleasant is about an hour away from your closest Costco in Spanish Fork. Mount Pleasant also has a couple grocery stores, a couple restaurants. It's even close to Ephraim, which has a Walmart. The crime in Mount Pleasant is considered an A+. Granted, this doesn't mean that crime does not happen in Mount Pleasant. I feel like crime in some level or another happens in every city that you're gonna live in. Unless you kind of live in the middle of nowhere, which wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. But if you've seen horror films, that probably doesn't happen.
Here's Johnny.
Moving on to number 4 is Nibley, Utah. Now, Nibley is in Cache County, which I think you could find a small town in Cache County and really enjoy it. So Logan is the main city in Cache County and it has a Sam's Club. Nibley is a little bit south of that. The median price for a home is about $295, and the average commute for people in Nibley is about 14 minutes. It's an hour north of Ogden, and so if you're looking for a job, it's probably best to find something in close Cache County, Logan, that area. Nibley is also really young, so the average age in Nibley is about 25 years old because Utah State is right there in Logan, and so a lot of people will stay in the valley and move to Nibley. Nibley is also a very safe community. It's well below the national average. Granted, in Utah, in general, the most common crime is theft, property theft, so just make sure to lock your doors before you leave the house or to lock your doors at night. Moving to number 3 is Santaquin. Now, I love Santaquin. Some people have the mixed feelings about Santaquin. It's about 20 to 30 minutes away from a Sam's Club and a Costco in Spanish Fork and Provo. It has a population of about 13,000 people, which is more than Nibley and Mount Pleasant. The town is growing. They just got their first grocery store that's being built right now. There's a lot of builders that are also building out there, like D.R. Horton and Salisbury. They're building south of Santaquin as well as east Santaquin. And so if you're looking for kind of a newer home that are already built, that would be a good option. The median price for a home in Santaquin is about $328. My favorite barber is actually in Santaquin on Main Street. His name is Ben Fellingham, and he owns the Santaquin Barbershop. If you ever go out there, you need to try a haircut from him because he is awesome and he's super cool. Santaquin is a little bit more flexible with work. It takes about an hour and a half to get to Salt Lake, and it takes about like 20 to 30 minutes to get to Utah County if you want to work in those counties. Moving to number 2 is Mona, Utah. Mona is a little bit south of Santaquin. It is very famous for its lavender fields. If you guys are essential oil people, there is a company called Young Living that sells essential oils, and they have lavender farms out in Mona. and they'll give property tours and everything to people who come, tourists that drive on I-15. The closest grocery store is about 10 minutes away south in a city called Nephi. So I live in Springville, and my mechanic lives in Mona, so it'll take him maybe about 20 to 30 minutes to get from Mona to Springville to work. He really enjoys Mona because it's nice and quiet. He feels like he's away from everything, but also close enough that he can go to the stores and get whatever he needs. The median price for a home in Mona is about $330. Again, like Mount Pleasant and these small towns, the median price does fluctuate a lot depending on the inventory that's there and the quality of home that's being sold. Moving to number one, and in my opinion, the best small town in Utah is Richfield, Utah. Granted, Richfield is kind of a small, medium-sized town. Richfield's population is about 8,000 people. The median price for a home is $187, which is fantastic. The best part is that there's a Walmart and a Home Depot in Richfield, so you don't really have to drive up to Provo to go to Sam's Club or Spanish Fork to Costco. Granted, there are times that maybe you want to kind of get out of the valley, go up to Utah County, go to the mall, go up to Salt Lake and go to a Jazz game, something like that. Just plan for maybe the whole day of being up there. And since Richfield is kind of a small town, my family, we have family down there. I have aunt, uncle, and cousins that live down there. And we go every 4th of July, and the 4th of July festival is absolutely incredible. There's a fun parade at the beginning, and then there's these fun booths, carnival food. As you can tell, I love food, right? We've talked about this. If you are willing to make the big trips to Costco, Sam's, Salt Lake, etc., I live in Richfield. People's commute time is about 14 minutes because most people either work in the city or they work from home. And I really believe that the people in Richfield are really down to earth, really nice people. I feel like you find that in most small towns, that people are really kind and generous, and they're willing to make friends with everybody. Remember to subscribe to my channel and to download the ultimate Utah relocation guide if you haven't done so already. So these are my top 5 small towns in Utah to move to. If there are other places that you're like, oh, check this place out, leave it down in the comments below. Just make sure to keep the comments positive and uplifting. If you're thinking of moving to Utah, feel free to send me an email or even a text. I have the information down below. I hope to see you guys soon.